Holistic addiction treatment is a way to talk about a mind, body, spirit approach. Now, as I'm saying those words, those are buzzwords and you hear them a lot in recovery, like, oh, holistic, it sounds like organic or something. But it's just a short way to describe an approach to recovery that encompasses an entire human being. There are some types of treatment that really look at addiction in a silo. So they're just looking at it symptomatically. But when we talk about having a holistic approach, what we're really looking at is the mental, the physical, and the spiritual aspects of the human being, the whole person. For example, on the physical side, getting somebody detoxed and medically cleared is important to get stabilized, but then what? We want to regulate their sleep. We want to make sure they're getting regular exercise. We want to make sure that they're stretching. We want to make sure that they're being mindful of what they're eating, some nutritional balance. We want them to be healthier physically. And by doing those things, it's going to help regulate their emotions. It's going to help regulate their mental state. So that's the physical. Then you've got the mental side. Well, when we talk about mental health, there's a lot of modalities that can be used in treatment that we use, that are typically found in treatment. And that's everything from EMDR, different types of trauma therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, CBT. But those types of treatments, while are highly effective, again, without the physical piece, without the spiritual side, can be really ineffective. And I'll give you an example. I was in an IOP a long time ago in the 90s, and it was all cognitive behavioral therapy. There's a saying, I don't know who the quote's from, but they say, change your thinking, change your life. Well, that sounds like it makes sense. I have dysfunctional thinking, so I unpack my thinking, rearrange it in an order that's more conducive to a healthy lifestyle, and then go do that. Okay, that sounds great, except I couldn't. I tried it for years. What was missing was the spiritual piece. When I'm talking about spirituality, I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about any kind of dogmatic belief system. I'm talking about a gut level spirituality. I'm talking about finding strength and learning to trust the intuition that's coming from inside, tapping a resource that I didn't know I had before. By tapping into that, becoming the person that I want to be, whatever that is, whatever that looks like to me, that ignites this thing inside of the human spirit. And it's hard to replace that. In fact, it's irreplaceable. So when you've got all three going on, now we've got an approach that looks at the entire person. So we bring somebody in for an assessment. What we're looking for in assessments is where are they deficient in a whole multitude of areas. Because otherwise we're handicapping ourselves in how to help somebody. There's so much that we're leaving on the table, not to mention figuring out for themselves how to articulate what type of person they would want to be, and then helping them move, however slowly, towards becoming that person. Because when I'm moving forward with purpose, that's when I find strength. That's when I can tap into my intuition. That's when I can have a real relationship with spirituality. So when we talk about holistic treatment, it sounds like we're just using foofy buzzwords, but what we're really talking about is a whole person approach to long-term addiction recovery.